The story starts with a dragon fighting against the legendary warrior Gaia. Then Gaia charged at the huge dragon, and he caused a gigantic explosion with his magic power. He defeated the dragon with ease and looked at his crest. The man was dissatisfied because his strength was reaching his limits. He owned the first seal that had focused on production. So the legendary warrior decided to create a reincarnation to get to the fourth crest. Below we see the legendary warrior reborn with the crest of failure. He was traveling with a merchant and could sense a monster. Suddenly, a huge tiger appeared, and the boy Matthias defeated the monster. Then he arrived in the capital, and he went into a weapon store. An adventurer wanted to have a broken sword repaired. Meanwhile, Matthias was impressed with the high-quality swords. Then he listened to the girl's conversation, and she needed a sword for the entrance exam to the magic school. The blacksmith said that the sword's enchantment is difficult to create. Matthias then offered to help the girl with casting an enchantment on her sword. And the blacksmith said that he will fail to create an enchantment with his weak crest. The girl accepted the support of Matthias. After that he met Alma and introduced himself as Matthias Hildesheim. Then Alma thanked Matthias and he blushed. Suddenly Alma's friend Ruri showed up and Matthias immediately had a crush on the cute girl. Ruri also instantly fell in love with Riz boy Matthias, and she was nervous about speaking to him. After that, the blacksmith brought the repaired sword, and Matthias started the enchantment on the sword of Ruri. So the sword was enchanted and everyone was shocked, because normally the process takes much longer. Ruri got her new sword and she unintentionally cut through the table with her sword. The swordsmith was impressed by Matthias' enchantment skills, and he couldn't believe that he just used an ordinary enchantment spell to apply the sword. However, the swordsmith thought that Matthias wanted to be an enchanter, and he respected Matthias. Followed we see Matthias taking the magic school entrance exams. He met his crush Ruri again, and also Alma showed up too. After that, the exam started, and Ruri managed to cut the examiner's sword. So Ruri managed to defeat the examiner, and she passed the test. Ruri then thanked Matthias for enchanting her sword. Suddenly he was called to his fight. Then a knight appeared. He was a friend of his father and heard about the enchantment of Matthias. So they started to prepare for their fight against each other, and Matthias immediately saw a chance to win. Then Matthias attacked the knight, and the knight was caught off guard by Matthias's sword skills. Matthias managed to defeat Gil, the leader of the Knight's Order, and the two girls were happy for Matthias's victory. Later they had to show their magic, and Ruri cast a spell to hit the targets with fire magic. Matthias was amazed that people use spells these days, because with wordless magic, the spells would be much stronger. So Ruri managed to pass the test with her crest of glory, and Matthias was aware that his crest is considered the weakest in his new life. Then Matthias had to hit the targets, but the teacher underestimated him because he had the weakest crest. However, Matthias used a powerful magic. He could use wordless magic. So he shot dangerous fireballs with his magic, and he destroyed the entire practice field. Matthias and his friends were admitted to the magic school, and they met the headmaster Edward. Edward welcomed the students to the second magic school, and wished the students every success in their studies. After his short speech, Matthias was suddenly asked into his office. Matthias was nervous, and he thought he would get a penalty for the destroyed practice field. Followed Edward was aware of Matthias's strong powers, that he didn't have to recite the spells like the other students. As a result, Matthias was asked if he could teach teachers and students to use wordless magic. Matthias was willing to help Edward, but they had a problem with the First Royal Academy. They are a school full of nobles, and they have banned the using of wordless magic, because they consider it for weak. Then Edward said that he would like to teach wordless magic to the second school with the help of Matthias. As a result, they could lift the ban and revive wordless magic in their world. Then Matthias was asked if he wanted to support Edward in his plan, so Matthias accepted to help the principal, and everyone was happy. In the days that followed, magic classes began, and the teacher said that Matthias would teach the students wordless magic. Then Matthias jumped in the air and he casted wordless magic, so he immediately destroyed 3 targets with his wordless magic. After that, Teacher Geysar showed that he can also use wordless magic now, and he destroyed a target with fire magic. He said that everyone can learn the wordless magic like Matthias. The students then learned wordless magic and Alma showed him her using of wordless magic. Then he also looked at Ruri's progress. She was out of energy, but she was fascinated by the wordless magic. Meanwhile, Matthias wondered why the wordless magic was forgotten. Then Matthias wanted to transfer some magic to Ruri, and she received new energy. Ruri got new energy, and she was also available to cast wordless magic. A few months passed, and the first school had a battle tournament against the First Royal Academy. Matthias learned that the Royal Academy has students who are referred to as magical chosen ones. Suddenly, Matthias sensed a person who had 10 times more magic power than he did. He learned that demons cannot be conquered by humans. Then Matthias went to the battlefield and he was surprised that the demons survived. Also, the noble students from the first Royal Academy looked down on Matthias. They said that Matthias is weak and will lose. Matthias could sense that his arrogant opponent was a demon, and he got angry. However, the fight started, and Matthias instantly defeated them with wordless magic spells. The demon got angry, and Matthias noticed that he could also use wordless magic. Matthias attacked the demon and tried to decapitate him. Then his opponent dodged and they fought each other. Matthias understood why the world has changed now. Therefore, Matthias proved that his opponent is a demon, and he revealed his true form. The demon tried to escape, and he attacked Matthias. Then the demon wanted to fly away, but Matthias managed to kill the demon with his sword. Followed then, we see Gaia cast a reincarnation spell. 1,000 years later, he was reborn as a son of the Hildesheim family. Following, we see the present again, and Ruri was glad that Matthias was able to defeat the demon. Later, Matthias was shocked to learn that no human had been able to defeat a demon in the last 100 years. Then he had an audience with the king, and he introduced himself as Matthias Hildesheim to the king. The king wanted to reward Matthias with a piece of land, but he didn't want such a reward. He just wanted to get stronger, and the king offered to give him a magic sword with 2 enchantment as a reward. Matthias immediately noticed that he recently enchanted the offered sword at the blacksmith days before. As a result, the king noticed Matthias's reaction and he asked what Matthias would like to have. However, Matthias asked permission to explore a dungeon, and he would like to have the right to keep the materials found in the dungeon. Matthias knew about the rare items in the dungeon, and he feared the current age was unaware of the treasures within. The king allowed Matthias to explore the dungeon and keep the materials he found. Matthias learned that the magical chosen ones of the kingdom are all gone for now. In addition, the king had a suspicion that demons had been infiltrating the humans for centuries. Matthias was amazed by the information, because in his previous life as Gaia, he had almost wiped out all demons. Then the king learned that there was a great danger from the demons. Also, Matthias knew that the demons will not attack individually, and he believes that they will attack the kingdom as a large group. Following, Matthias suggested a solution to protect the kingdom. He told the king that all they have to do is create a barrier, as a result that will stop the demons. After that, he was given permission to freely use the king's magic items. Matthias looked for useful items for creating the barrier. Suddenly Matthias discovered one of his swords made in his previous life as Gaia. He was surprised to find one of his old orichalcum swords. Then he found another item from his previous life. He was able to get a powerful necklace. In the days that followed, Matthias supported the other students in learning wordless magic. Everyone made fast progress, and his friends knew about the barrier. After that, Matthias wanted to explore a dungeon. He asked Alma and Ruri if they wanted to form a party with him. They wanted to party with him, but they were afraid that they would be a burden to Matthias. Matthias said they are not a burden, and he showed Alma how to cast magic arrows. Alma was impressed, and Matthias encouraged her. As a result, Alma accepted to form a party with him, and Ruri also wanted to go to the dungeon with her crush Matthias. Additionally, Matthias learned that she would like to use enchantment magic. So Ruri was already looking forward to their time together as a party. Matthias's new party was formed, and they decided to seek out the dangerous dungeon. Then we see Matthias and his friends in the dungeon. Suddenly he wanted to show them something, and he showed the 2 girls a dungeon monster. Matthias had the idea of using the monster as a target. Then Alma tried to fill her arrow with magic. She successfully managed to infuse magical power into her arrows. Alma was happy, and Matthias gave her more advice. She immediately tried to follow his advice and shot an arrow. The magic arrow changed direction while flying and hit another monster. Then Alma went off to fight against monsters in the dungeon. Ruri then wanted to learn more about enchantment from Matthias, but Matthias said it was still too difficult. So he wanted to teach her the basics of enchantment magic first. Matthias wanted to teach her to produce her own weapons first. Suddenly Matthias destroyed a wall with his magic. He explained to Ruri that the whole dungeon consists of valuable resources. Followed then, he explained Ruri the process of creating a weapon. Ruri was happy to learn from Matthias and thanked him. Meanwhile, Alma diligently practiced using magic on her arrows. She could now defeat multiple monsters with just one attack. Then she discovered Alma. She managed to make her own weapons now. She then made new equipment for Alma, and her friend was grateful for the new equipment. Then Matthias wanted to reach the 10th floor of the dungeon, so they were going deeper into the dungeon. Suddenly a bunch of monsters appeared. Ruri and Alma fought against them, so they managed to defeat the monsters with ease. On the further way, more and more monsters appeared, and Ruri supported Alma in the fight. Matthias's party leveled up quickly, and the necklace from his previous life doubled their experience points in the dungeon. Suddenly a killer dog appeared. Matthias said that he is very dangerous. Then they fought the killer dog, and they successfully defeated him together. Matthias was impressed by the two cute girls and he praised them. Then Matthias created a save zone and he summoned a barrier. The girls were supposed to do a break and were protected by Matthias's barrier. He then wanted to go down to the 25th floor alone. Then Matthias made his way into the deeper floors of the dungeon. On his way down, he gathered useful resources, and he sensed a dungeon boss at a deeper floor. Following this, Matthias jumped deeper into the dungeon, and he immediately encountered many monsters. With his overwhelming power, he defeated the enemy monsters. After that, he located the dungeon boss, and he was attacked by him. The dungeon boss appeared, and Matthias fought the giant arc serpent. The giant serpent could decompose the ground with his own poison, but Matthias wasn't afraid. He was finally happy to fight a strong monster with his newly acquired Crest. He then tested his combat-specialized Crest against the dungeon boss. Matthias wanted to enjoy the fight, and he tried new techniques in the fight against the dungeon boss. Then Matthias used his sword and he slashed the serpent. He didn't die, and Matthias shattered a magic stone, and he combined it with his sword. Then he attacked the snake with a final blow and he caused an earthquake. Then we see demons, who also sensed the huge magic explosion in the dungeon. After that, Matthias returned to floor 10, and he showed the girls his defeated dungeon boss. In the afternoon, Matthias and his group visited the Adventurers Guild. The other adventurers looked at them very angry. They learned that many students of the Second Magic Academy were taking their quests. Matthias then said that he wanted to sell monsters to the guild. So he opened a portal, and the receptionist was shocked at the defeated dungeon boss that Matthias showed her. Afterwards, the receptionist learned that Matthias could use a storage spell. Then he pulled out a giant magic stone, and the receptionist said the stone could qualify as a national treasure. Suddenly Matthias said he was displeased by the small size of the magic stone. Also, the receptionist didn't know if the guild could pay enough money for the high-value goods. Later, Matthias' group got 750 gold coins as their reward, and he wanted to share the money with the two girls. On the way to the academy, Matthias sensed the aura of some demons. So we see two demons. They found out about the rumors of Matthias being a demon slayer. However, Matthias wanted to defeat the strongest demon, and he trusted that the two girls would fight against the weaker one. Matthias then started the fight against them. Matthias tried to attack one of the demons, and his attack was repelled. The demons wanted to avenge their comrade, so the demons tried to attack Matthias, but Matthias managed to stop the fire spell, and he reflected it back to Lord Asriel. They were impressed by Matthias' power, and Matthias was casting more spells. Then Matthias lured the demons into a trap, and they were hit with magic arrows that disrupted their flow of magic. As a result, the two demons split up by fighting Matthias' group. Lord Asriel prepared a powerful spell to wipe out Matthias. Suddenly Matthias used a spirit ball and he stopped the opponent's attack. The demon underestimated Matthias, and he failed to hit Matthias with his attacks. Matthias countered, and he was able to severely injure Lord Asriel on his back. Suddenly the demon tried to escape, but he was paralyzed. Lord Asriel was pushed back and he tried to lure Matthias into a trap. Matthias immediately reacted and he managed to escape his magic circle. Matthias was fighting against the demon, and he showed him some powerful sword skills. Suddenly, he cast a magic spell that was injured the demon. Matthias then watched the demon getting weaker, so he got the chance to defeat him. Then he killed one of the demons with ease. Meanwhile, Alma and Ruri fought together against the weaker demon. They managed to get some time, and Matthias got ready to kill the second demon. Then Matthias cast the spell Light of Death, which kills a demon instantly. The demon was scared and he tried to escape. Alma shot on his wings with one of her special created arrows that Ruri produced. As a result, the demon wasn't able to escape with his destroyed wings. Matthias charged the demon and he defeated him too. So the two demons died. Matthias and his girls have successfully defeated them. Suddenly, Matthias' group got a lot of attention. He didn't want to cause any problems, so he decided to run away with his group. Matthias then jumped back to the academy with the girls in his arms. The next day, Matthias and his girls were invited to the king. They were praised by the king for their heroic deeds. However, Matthias asked if he could get access to all dungeons as his reward. The king immediately agreed to his request. Then Alma and Ruri were asked what they wanted as a reward. Alma asked for money and Ruri said the same, so the king laughed and he accepted their wish. Suddenly Matthias felt the magic of a demon who was spying on them. An enemy demon was using magic to spy on the king. Matthias was able to stop the spell of the demon, and he managed to injure the enemy. Edward and the king were shocked to be spied on. Matthias then told that he is able to locate the demon's whereabout. Followed Matthias suggested countermeasures, because he wanted to go hunting the demons. Unfortunately, the distance was too far away. Matthias said his teleportation magic is useless, and Principal Edward was shocked that Matthias was able to cast teleportation magic. Afterwards, Matthias said that they will find a solution for their problem at the top of the mountain. They then arrived at the top of the mountain, and Matthias wanted to talk with a giant dark dragon. So the girls were shocked that he wanted to talk to a dangerous dragon. Matthias knew the dark dragon Iris from his previous life, because he defeated the dragon 1,000 years ago. Then Matthias was threatened by Iris. Matthias couldn't believe that Iris didn't recognize him. Suddenly, Iris prepared a powerful fire attack against Matthias. However, Matthias simply negated her spell, and Iris was shocked. She couldn't believe a human could stop her spells so easily. Matthias replied that he is Gaia's reincarnation, and Iris immediately apologized for her rude behavior. Followed Matthias said that he didn't want to kill her, instead, he wanted that Iris help them. Additionally, Iris learned that Matthias had now received the Crest of Failure. Matthias then told the two girls that they can come closer to learn about the dragon. Suddenly Iris told him about her destroyed wings and that she can't fly now. Matthias learned that after his reincarnation, humans caused many magic reactors to explode, so all mankind was sent back to the Stone Age. Then Matthias healed Iris's wings and she thanked him. After that, Iris met Ruri and Alma. They were shocked that Iris spoke the human language. Later, Matthias' group flew to the demon hide on the back of Iris. Iris was happy to help Matthias, and she wanted to fly with full speed ahead. Matthias stopped Iris because the two girls would die at her top speed. In addition, Matthias learned that his life as Gaia was becoming a legend. After that, Iris flew to the demon's location at normal speed. Thereafter we see Matthias, who immediately killed a demon guard with ease. The girls and Dragon Iris were relieved that Matthias are on their side. So Matthias discovered the hiding place of some demons, and he could sense that one of the demons was particularly strong. Suddenly, Iris failed her landing, and she crashed into the house. As a result, Alma and Ruri were knocked out by the failed landing. Next we see Matthias. He used telepathy to communicate with Alma and Ruri. Additionally, he gave Ruri a magic circle, and he told them both to prepare an attack plan. Matthias said that he believes that they both can handle the offense of their attack plan, so the both accepted, and they were going to find the demons in the abandoned house. They didn't find any demons inside the house, but Matthias sensed that the enemies were hiding with a concealment spell. Following this, Ruri concentrated, and she was able to track down a demon. After that, Matthias told them to prepare for their attack. Matthias cast a spell and he dissolved the concealment spell. Then Alma aimed at the demon. The enemy didn't realize that his spell was no longer working, so the demon was attacked by Alma with a magic arrow and she hit the demon with a headshot. The demon got angry and he looked down at Matthias. The demon thought Matthias was a scammer because he thought Matthias was still in the capital. Matthias couldn't believe how stupid the demon in front of them was. Suddenly Matthias was attacked and he communicated to Alma and Ruri to prepare their attack against the demon. Matthias fended off the demon's attacks, and the enemy was attacked by the two girls with arrows, so they repeated their attack strategy, but the arrogant demon looked down on weak humans. The demon then wanted to finish them, but his body slowed down due to the magic arrows. Ruri used a poison spell, and she was able to infuse the arrowheads with strong poison. The demon was very angry, and he showed his final form which powered him up. After his transformation, Matthias explained the current situation to the girls. They were shocked by the demon's trump card. The demon was on steroids, and he intended to attack the girls. So the girls ran away, and the demon attacked an illusion. Then the demon learned that the illusion spell was combined with a poison spell. The demon was immobilized, and Alma headshot the demon with her arrow. Matthias congratulated the two girls for their victory, and he said that they should go back to Iris. However, Matthias decided to fight the strongest one alone. Followed, he used magic stones and destroyed them into fine dust. As a result of the method he used, Matthias managed to force a fog demon to manifest in his body. Suddenly, a demon appeared, who was surprised by Matthias' abilities. He said he heard rumors about Matthias. All demons knew that Matthias is a monster that is very strong for a human. However, the demon looked down on Matthias. he said. "He is stronger than the previous demons." The demon then attacked Matthias and managed to push Matthias back. Suddenly, the demon cut off Matthias's arm with his powerful wind magic. Matthias had lost an arm, and the demon wanted to end their fight. Then Matthias healed his injured body, and his arm was healed. The demon then tried to kill Matthias, but he dodged all attacks with ease. After that, the demon was poisoned, and he was angry. The demon wanted to use his last trump card, so he was tried to transform into a strong monster. Matthias stopped the transformation with a nullification spell. Suddenly the demon got angry, and he cast a fog spell that should defeat Matthias. Matthias negated the demon's spell again, and the demon was cornered by Matthias's spell. Matthias then explained that his sword slash wasn't poisonous, but he used a spell that could drain magic. Then Matthias activated a final attack, and he caused a huge explosion. Meanwhile, Ruri was very worried about Matthias. Afterwards we see Matthias standing in front of a huge crystal. Ruri immediately hugged him. She was happy that Matthias is unhurt and healthy. Matthias blushed at the cuteness of his crush Ruri. Also Alma showed up too. She was congratulated him for his win, and she asked about the giant crystal. So Matthias replied that the crystal is a dragon vein, which conduits magic power. The girls learned that the demons planned to use the dragon veins to summon an army of 5,000 monsters. They planned to attack the capital with a monster army. Then Matthias said that they can defeat the monsters, and they need the support of the other students. On the way back to school, Iris asked what she should do now. Matthias asked if she would like to join his group. Iris loved the idea, and she wanted to turn into a human. Then with a spell, Iris turned into a human without clothes. She stood naked in front of Matthias, so Ruri and Alma tried to cover his eyes. In the evening, arriving in the academy, they handed over the demon horns to Edward. He was surprised that Matthias could travel halfway around the world in just 2 days. Matthias then introduced Iris to the principal, so Edward allowed Iris to join the Magic Academy as an exchange student. Before that, Iris had to pass the same entrance exam as Matthias. Then he immediately worried that Iris would destroy the whole school if he didn't watch over her. So Matthias hoped that Iris would pass the entrance exam. Then Matthias and the girls were on their way to the bedrooms. Suddenly Matthias was holding Iris's hand, and he created a fake crest for her so she wouldn't stand out. After that, the girls wished Iris good luck for tomorrow. The next day the written exam started and Iris immediately was doing nonsense. Edward was concerned that Iris would fail to pass the entrance exam. In the second trial, Iris had to fight against the knight leader Gil. Matthias couldn't remember the man, and Ruri told him that he had fought him at the entrance exam. Then the fight started, and Iris was very clumsy. She lost immediately her sword. Suddenly Gil started to attacking, and Iris simply stopped the sword with just her hand. Gil was shocked by Iris' enormous strength. Iris then tried to counter-attack, and Matthias managed to protect Gil with a barrier in time. Edward couldn't believe that Iris should be an ordinary girl. So Gil was defeated and the next trial started. Following this, Iris concentrated and tried to control her powerful magic. Iris totally failed, and Matthias creates a barrier in time. Iris said sorry to them, and she tried to hit the targets again. She couldn't manage to hit the targets. Finally, she used another spell, and Matthias used a strong barrier for protection. Iris destroyed the whole field, and everyone was shocked by her fearsome power. As a result, half of the school was destroyed and she passed the entrance exams. In the followed days we see Matthias. He was looking at the material mining of their barrier in a cave. Then Edward told him that they need more people with the Crest of Glory. He intended to ask the First Academy for support. In the afternoon, the principal of the First Royal Academy showed up. The principal of the First Academy wanted to refuse cooperate with them. Edward then said that they had more important things to do than fight. Also, Edward said that they won against the First Academy in the last tournament. The principal of the First Royal Academy didn't accept their defeat because a demon was causing trouble. So Matthias suggested to the principal that they should repeat the competition. The principal of the First Academy accepted the proposal. Matthias accepted the conditions, and they wanted to repeat the competition in 2 days. 2 days later, all students with the Crest of Glory from the First Academy showed up. The principal of the First Academy was sure that his students would easily win against Edward's school. Then Matthias's classmates showed up. They only wanted to send 5 students into the fight. The fight then started, and they were instantly defeated by wordless magic. The First Academy didn't stand a chance against the Second Academy, and they won immediately. Suddenly the principal of the Second Academy got angry. He said they was cheating, so he demanded that the students should fight against Iris. He thought Iris is weak, so Matthias gave her a sword for the fight. The principal of the first academy checked the sword. Suddenly, Iris accidentally destroyed the sword, and she was called a monster. After that, Edward complained that the first academy still refused to teach wordless magic to the students. Suddenly the king appeared and punished the principal of the second academy. The students were then entrusted to the care of the second academy, and they were to learn magic together. Later, Matthias and his friends went to the dungeon, and Matthias planned to collect valuable materials for their barrier. Then Matthias said that they have to defeat against strong monsters for collecting a big magic stone. Suddenly Iris was afraid that Matthias wants to sacrifice her for a magic stone. Matthias said he has no intention of sacrifice Iris. Followed Alma and Ruri fought against strong wolves. They made great progress and managed to defeat high-level monsters with ease. Meanwhile, Matthias was worried about Iris, because she still didn't have her powers under control. So we see Iris, who almost accidentally murdered Matthias with her sword. After defeating the monsters on the 17th floor, they went deeper into the dungeon. Arrived in the next floor, Matthias wanted to summon a monster with a magic stone. Ruri should create a magic circle with her crest of glory. Then Matthias supported behind her and he shot his load. As a result, Ruri managed to create a strong magic circle. After that, Iris should slowly pour some of her magic into the magic stone. Iris overdoes it, and Matthias tried to stop her. Suddenly, Iris sent even more magic into the magic stone. Then the dungeon floor collapsed, and Matthias asked why she hadn't slowly transferred her magic into the stone. Iris said a well-known person taught her what slowly mean. Suddenly Matthias realized that he was causing the misunderstanding in his previous life as Gaia. Then a huge dragon appeared. He wanted to kill Matthias' group. Matthias ordered Iris to attack the dragon, but her attack was blocked. Followed Iris should provoke and insult the dragon. The dragon got angry, and Iris became a lure. Following this, Ruri enchanted an arrow, and Alma shot the dragon with one of her attacks. The dragon didn't weaken, and Matthias prepared an attack strategy. Suddenly the dragon sighted the two girls and they froze in fear. Matthias said that Iris should protect the two girls. Iris immediately attacked the dragon and the dragon was pushed back. Then Iris fought against the dragon and she was briefly distracted. Iris was then stomped into the ground. Then the dragon tried to use his fire breath, but Matthias' group prevented the attack, so all the girls fought the dragon. They were able to get Matthias some time, and he told Iris to lure the dragon into his trap. Then Matthias activated his spell. He wanted to activate a very powerful spell that will kill the dragon instantly. Suddenly Iris tripped, and Matthias immediately ran to protect Iris. Matthias managed to create a barrier in time, and his final attack was a great success. Following this, Iris retrieved the dropped dragon's magic stone. After that, they returned to the academy, and they destroyed the whole area during their training. Matthias then created a training plan for the girls. Then Iris had to learn to control her dragon power as a human. Iris tried to dodge Alma's arrows in their training field with a monster on her head. Unfortunately, the training was very difficult, but Iris didn't give up. However, Matthias wanted to teach Ruri new enchantment skills. After that, Matthias told her about 8 new different enchantment spells. She was overwhelmed, and Matthias just tried to teach her the new enchantment. Matthias then gave her advice on how to cast the new spells. Ruri liked Matthias' idea of creating a sword with 8 different enchantments. Then Matthias taught her the 8-fold enchantment, and she learned it right away. Later, Ruri could create a sword with strong enchantments, and Matthias was proud of her. Meanwhile, Iris tried to better control her powers. Then Matthias said that Ruri made new weapons for everyone. So we see the 3 girls testing out their newly made weapons. The weapons were overpowered, and she could destroy a huge rock with ease. As a result, Iris tried out her new weapon too, and she almost destroyed the whole school again. The girls were shocked by Iris' her dragon power. Then Matthias wanted to try his new sword too, so Matthias trained with his friends during a fight. Several weeks passed, and Edward wanted to conjure up the protective barrier of their town with the students. Meanwhile, someone was reporting to Matthias that the communications team could sense unusual demon activities. Matthias still had to make preparations for their protective barrier. So Matthias asked if Ruri and Alma could handle the problems. Followed then we see Ruri and Alma going into the forest. Suddenly they spotted a magical energy floating in the sky. Then Ruri looked at a magic stone. She remembered Matthias's advice. Matthias told her to create magic arrows out of magic stones. In addition, Ruri should decide for herself which enchantment spells she uses. Matthias firmly believed that Ruri knew how to create the perfect enchantment. Then Ruri produced new arrows for Alma, and she thanked Ruri. Suddenly a demon appeared from the portal and Alma instantly defeated him. So the first demon died and another demon followed him out of the portal. He managed to survive Alma's attack, so Ruri showed off her sword skills. Ruri and Alma defeated 2 demons and the magic portal disappeared. Afterwards, Matthias praised his 2 girls for their great work. In addition, he explained to them that the demons are also preparing an attack. After their talk, Iris showed up. She had gotten a large load of mithril. Then we see Edward. He was already expecting the 2 girls as support in the fight. Suddenly, a magical portal was opened and a demon appeared. The demon looked down on the humans and he immediately attacked them with a powerful spell. The students managed to fend off the attack with a barrier. The demon was angry and couldn't believe that the students didn't die. Then the demon was attacked by the students. Alma shoots an arrow at him, but he easily deflected her attack. Meanwhile, Ruri was very tired enchanting the arrows and she needed more time. Alma wanted to get some more time, but the demon prepared a powerful spell. Suddenly he attacked with a fire spell, and the students defended themselves. Then we see Ruri failing to create a strong arrow. She only had 1 try left to produce a powerful arrow. Everyone encouraged her, and Ruri successfully managed to create a powerful arrow. Alma then took the chance and attacked the demon. The arrogant demon dodged the attack, so Alma changed the arrow's flight direction. Alma managed to severely injure the demon. Then the other students immediately attacked the demon. Edward and the students managed to defeat the strong demon together. Suddenly another demon appeared and he attacked them all. Then a bunch more demons appeared and they surrounded the students. Ruri was desperate, and Alma trusted that Matthias would show up in time. The demons looked down on the humans, but Matthias appeared out of nowhere. The demons were afraid of Matthias. Matthias said that now he will defeat them all. This is how Matthias launched his attacks, and he killed a whole group of demons instantly. The leader of the demon group was angry. He activated his power up. Then Matthias fought all demons and he managed to wipe out all demons with ease. Matthias successfully killed all the demons and his friends were happy that he saved them in time. After the fight, Matthias told them about the preparation of their barrier. He then went to the others in the cave and he put a magic stone into a huge crystal. The crystal glowed and Matthias created a strong protective barrier that encased the whole town. Later, Matthias told his friends that the real fun begins now. He told that the dragon vein will be activated soon, so thousands of monsters would appear towards their town. Then we see Edward and the students getting ready for the monster hunt. After that, strong monsters appeared and the sorcerers attacked all the monsters with strong spells. Matthias had prepared traps against the monsters and many monsters were quickly wiped out with the students' support. Suddenly, a second wave of monsters appeared. Matthias said his group is now taking over the fight. Then Matthias just threw Iris against a strong golem. The golem immediately fell over, and Alma defeated a golem too. Then Matthias sensed a strong monster. Followed we see a monster, who absorbed the other monsters. Matthias told the girls that a Void Eater is getting ready for battle. However, all the monsters were absorbed by the Void Eater. Matthias wanted Ruri to make a magic stone for them. Then Ruri and Matthias threw magic stones against the Void Eater. After that, the Void Eater grew in size, and manifested into a giant monster. The girls hide behind Matthias, but he was looking forward to their victory. Then they started the fight, and Matthias was happy of his chance to fight against a strong monster. Matthias used his Crest of Failure power, and he attacked the Void Eater. His attack was a success, but the Void Eater's legs regenerated immediately. So Matthias kept attacking and he used a lot of magic stones to perform powerful attacks with his sword. Then Matthias summoned more spells, and he combined them with his sword attacks. Matthias managed to bring the Void Eater to his knees. Then he used his finisher move, and he chopped the huge monster into small pieces. Matthias was able to successfully defeat the monster. He then praised his girls for their great teamwork. The whole kingdom and the students were happy that they survived the battle. Suddenly, Matthias was deep in thought, saying that he would like to explore more dungeons. The next day, Matthias told Edward that he wanted to leave school to research the dragon veins. Edward then offered him a special scholarship, because he wanted to continue supporting Matthias. Matthias accepted his offer, and Ruri was sad that Matthias wants to leave them. Suddenly, Edward also offered the other 3 girls a special scholarship. The girls immediately accepted the offer, because they wanted to continue traveling with Matthias. Matthias later thanked Edward for his big help all the time. Then Matthias and his girls said goodbye, and they started their new adventure journey together.